Hello, my lovely wolf pack, and welcome back to another episode of The Lone Wolf Show, brought to you by Wolfpack Media, the most entertaining place on YouTube for your news and commentary. I'm your host, Justin Huseman, founder and news contributor. We have a great show today, and I cannot wait to get started. But before we do, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with literally everybody you've ever met in your entire freaking life, and join the pack today. We really appreciate it. All right, well, guys, it's another late one tonight. I do apologize for that again for all you people that don't stay up late. But happy to be here. We were working on some other stuff earlier today. If you guys want to go check that out, we had on our pop culture series, or Pop Culture Wolf. We did a whole review on the new Avengers Doomsday trailer. Had a lot of fun doing that. You guys, if you're into that stuff, go ahead and check it out on the channel. Anyway, let's get on to the news. Well, my friends, you might have heard of the Democratic Socialists of America. It's really weird, but they're making their way across social media and other prominent news networks. They have candidates apparently running and winning in several urban districts across America, and their entire platform is on the internet for everyone to see, so do not take my word for it. Their vision apparently being eliminating the Electoral College, abolishing the Senate, replacing the Congress, which would essentially just destroy the republic as we know it, expanding state ownership of all essential services, creating universal income, so basically getting rid of capitalism altogether and private ownership of property, apparently. They want to get rid of ICE, get rid of prisons, and police, which is basically just calling for mass anarchy, ending sanctions on dictatorships like Cuba, Iran, and Venezuela. Okay, I don't even have to tell you how insane that is. Expanding voter rights for non-citizens. That's holy crap. And these are their stated goals, guys. These are their stated goals. You can go to the DSA website, and I'm not lying to you. Do not take my word for it. This is a real party within the American political system, I suppose. I'm not making this crap up, guys. This sounds like a dystopian nightmare, dude. And they have candidates, like I said, running and winning in a few states right now. This ideology seems to be creeping its way into the Democratic Party, kind of like a fox in a hen house situation, I suppose. The DSA has lifelong Democrats like Bill Maher. Lifelong Democrat Bill Maher is thinking about voting Republicans because of these crazy socialists weaseling their way into the Democratic Party. And then you have this fucking lunatic, YouTuber Hassan Piker, endorsing and often speaking on the behalf of these DSA voters. Go ahead. Let's go ahead and check this out from this crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their red capitalist blood.
So yeah, that's the type of people that are for this party. I don't know what this is, guys. I had heard of the Democratic Socialists of America. I heard they were kind of like a small sort of party, sort of like the Libertarians and or the Independents, some sort of weird off-brand of the Democratic Party. But it seems like they're slowly creeping their way into the Democratic Party, guised as obviously we're the Democratic Socialists. Yeah, I don't even know, what does that even mean? Like, holy, like, so you're just like, you're a Democrat, but like you're like a Democrat on crack. that's what I'm seeing. Like, you guys seen the video there? That's a DSA spokesperson, basically. Okay, so he's not a spokesperson. He's just a YouTuber. I'm not really even sure what he does. I'm just now learning about this guy. It's pretty weird, but guys, this party. Let me just like I'll put this image up there for you. This is the short version of what I was saying. This is what we're looking at here when I'm talking about the DSA party. You got totalitarianism mixed with a little, Nazi racism, the anti-Semites. You can see that they're connected with the Islamists, the anti-Western values. These are the people that say that like the traditional family structure is racist or something. But yeah, this is the most insane shit that I've ever. I had no idea, but that's why I had to do this video, guys. It was kind of a slow news day, sort of a slow news day. Not anything that I was really interested in talking about anyway. But this came across my radar, and I was like, I gotta tell the wolf pack this shit. I gotta tell somebody. I gotta get on my microphone. I gotta fucking tell somebody about this. I don't know what the hell this is. Yeah, Bill Maher was apparently talking about these people and how it's just absolute insanity. And if somebody like Bill Maher is thinking, he said he's thinking about voting for J.D. Vance over this crap. So that's big. That's a MAGA candidate right there, bro. So Bill Maher of all people is thinking, he's like, dude, this will totally flip me red. And I mean, I'm here for it. I would love to see Bill Maher come on to the Republican side. I like Bill Maher. I think he's cool. I've been watching him since the 90s on Politically Incorrect and Real Time with Bill Maher and all that. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at the news relating to this. We have this from the Washington Times. Democratic Socialists of America's new platform calls for abolishing ICE and the U.S. Senate. Absolutely. Abolishing the Senate? That would make us no longer a republic. We'd be like, I don't know, fucking, I don't even know. We'd be like some sort of weird, crazy mixture of, like, communist, like, we'd be like a weird mixture of, like, the UK and Russia. Like, I don't know, some crazy, weird ideas these guys have. Anyway, I'll read here. The Democratic Socialists of America has released an updated platform that calls for a sweeping remake of the political system, including eliminating the U.S. Senate and abolishing U.S. immigration and customs enforcement, which the organization has publicly advocated since 2018. Sorry, guys. My throat's dry. The revised Workers Deserve More platform says that the country's political institutions must be rebuilt from the ground up. So yeah, they're saying the quiet part out loud that they want to completely abolish the government that we live in and I don't know, create something new out of the ashes, I suppose. I don't want that at all. I don't know about you guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments, but I don't want anything to do with any of that. No, thank you. No, thank you. I've read about the Civil War. I don't feel like doing. I don't want to do a Civil War. And trust me, guys. Even you guys out there that are thinking that you're big and bad and you could I could fucking be in a fucking Civil War. No, dude. Trust me, dude. You don't want nothing to do with that. You want nothing to do with the war in general. I personally don't want anything. I mean, I'll let the soldiers go fight in a war voluntarily, but I personally don't want anything to do. I've read way too much history and especially on civil wars in particularly, not just here in America, but across the world. I've read about plenty of different civil wars that have happened even just in the past like 100 years or so. And I gotta tell you that the civil wars are some of the bloodiest and just the saddest in my opinion. Just like, you got brothers killing brothers and shit, man. I don't want nothing to do with any of that. Killing my own countrymen does not sound like a fun time to me, man. No, that sounds like a really bad, depressing time. And trust me, none of y'all want none of that smoke either. Where was I? Institutions must be rebuilt from the ground up, said Michaela Brengan, a North Jersey DSA member who helped to write the platform. The platform's language calls for replacing the president and the Supreme... What the... Oh, yeah, the Supreme Court, too. I forgot to write that in my prompt there. Yeah, the Supreme Court, abolishing the Supreme Court as well. Which... What the... What? Then how... What... Then how do we, like, argue laws, then? Like, what if there's a bad law and we want to change it? How would we do that without the Supreme Court? What the fuck? This is draconian, dude. This is draconian as fuck. Holy cow. The platform's language calls for blah, 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 and replacing the president and the Supreme Court. So getting rid of the judiciary and the executive. What the fuck? With an executive and judiciary chosen by a subordinate to Congress. What? That sounds a lot like communism to me. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys, but that sounds a lot like communism to me. The socialists argue that these changes would curb concentrated power in Washington and create a more democratic system. I don't want a more democratic system. To be really honest, like, no, I like having a republic, bro. Democratic systems always lead to mob rule, bro. No, I don't want to be ruled over by a mob, bro. I'm totally good. I will get on one of Elon Musk's rocket ships and I will fly to Mars. No fucking way. I don't want to fucking be ruled by some mob. The hell? Yeah, because if America fucking falls to this kind of crap, like, there's nowhere else to go but, like, space. I don't know. Holy shit. I can't believe what I'm reading right now. This is why I had to tell you guys. Like, I'm sure a lot of our followers probably know more about this stuff than I even do. It just has been coming across my feeds lately on social media. I'm like, what the fuck is this DSA shit about? Like, what the fuck? I heard Kami Mamdani talking about it. He's apparently part of the party, and yeah, so I had to like look into it and see what the hell. I heard about it in like passing, but I never took the time to actually look into it and see what their beliefs are. And holy, this is like the far. It's like the Venn diagram that I gave you. By the way, shout out to Dave Rubin. That Venn diagram actually came from him and his show. So thank you, Dave. That explained, like, in a nutshell, DSA what their ideology is. It basically tells me, like, it's like further left than the left. It's like somehow like over the cliff of the left side. Like, you went so far left, you're jumping off a cliff at that point. Like, that's for pretty much what I got from reading up on it here. Anyway, I suppose I should read this article. DSA announced that it surpassed 120,000 members as of July 4th, which that's not a lot. It's not a little. It's not a lot considering we're a country of what, like 375 million, something like that. And its candidates have secured high-profile primary victories. The comrades at DSA said, I like how they put that, the comrades at because really, dude, this just sounds like communism with extra steps. Like, I'm no expert. I'm just a former construction worker, guy that bitches on the internet. Like, I could be wrong. Like, tell me, let me know if I'm wrong. But this sounds a lot like communism with a couple extra hurdles. The comrades at the DSA said the rattled Democratic establishment has been asleep at the wheel. DSA leaders say they are trying to convert that momentum into a broader influence on national debates, and that any candidate the group endorses must support the platform. Any candidate that the group endorses must support that platform. Oh, here we go. This is super communist. This is like communism on steroids, meth, and crack all put together. What? This is like extra communist. Yeah, we're not going to support you unless you endorse. That's like the most leftist shit I've ever heard in my life. Yep, get with the program, or yeah, yep. That's totalitarianism, boys and girls. That's textbook totalitarianism. Holy crap. The updated platform opens with warnings about war zones across the Middle East, the spread of detention camps and data center detention camps. What the fuck are you talking? Shut the fuck up. Detention camps and data centers. Yeah, I mean, we can agree on the data centers. I'm not a huge data center guy, but rising temperatures and soaring costs of basic goods. It argues that a billionaire class is dividing workers and fueling desperation. So your fucking answer is a fucking dystopian nightmare? Like, listen, man, we can have a broader conversation on all this stuff that you're talking about here, but the answer is not full-on totalitarian dictatorship. That's our mob rule. Like, that's not the fucking answer. Oh my God, this is what I mean. These people, these are not rational. These are not rational souls that we're dealing with here. It describes a world in which the bosses are carrying out a plan visible in images of conflict abroad, in the construction of detention facilities at home, and in the rising cost of living. The party says workers are being pitted against one another and displaced by artificial intelligence, leaving people desperate and miserable as capitalism turns toward right-wing authoritarian. Okay, so the answer to right-wing authoritarianism is left-wing authoritarianism. Do you fucking people hear yourselves when you're talking? Yeah, okay. It says both major parties serve the same criminal class of billionaires and war profiteers. I mean, I'm not exactly disagreeing with you there, but yeah, no, dude, some draconian fucking nightmare is not the answer to any of these problems that you're posing. It's like, fucking quick, burn the fucking. Quick, there's a woman crying. Burn the Constitution. Fucking Christ almighty. House Speaker Mike Johnson, Louisiana Republican, sounded the alarm about what he described as the existential threat the DSA platform poses to the U.S. Absolutely. We need America to wake up, he said. This is not a game. This is not our father's Democratic Party. We are not arguing over nominal tax rates. We are arguing over whether freedom will survive. We are in the philosophical war to save the greatest nation in the history of the world. I absolutely agree with Speaker Johnson there. I absolutely agree. Yeah, this is more of a war of ideas at this point within which I don't know, man. But there's some ideas that are just wrong, guys. Like I'm not one to turn away from having a debate of ideas or to, talk with one another, bounce ideas back and forth off one another. But I mean, I'll sit at the table with a goddamn Democrat, dude. But like, this is not, no. This I have to put a foot down on this. No, I have to just no. I don't want none of this kind of smoke. I don't know. I can't believe what I'm reading. Honestly, guys, I'm like fucking dumbfounded. There's candidates that actually what? There's candidates winning primary. What? This is their intended goal. What? No. You know that there's a what was it called? There's some sort of, it's called the Stop Communism Act or something from back during the Cold War era. And I think that needs to be invoked like sooner rather than later. All right. Speaker Johnson says we need America to wake up. He said this is not a game. This is not. I already read that. Sorry, guys. I always get all like I got brain fog today. I ran out of coffee today, and I've just been floggy ever since. Let's see here. Moderate Democrats have tried to distance themselves from the DSA. Yeah, I bet they have. But guys, like at a certain point, Democrats have to look themselves in the mirror and realize that this is a monster that they themselves created. By supporting these fringe groups within their party. That's what happens. These fringe groups, they fester and they become bigger. And the more you egg them on, the more crazy shit gets. It's that slippery slope theory. Wow, I cannot talk today either. Slippery slope theory. Let's try to say that 10 times fast. Some fearing the socialists will poison voters against Democratic candidates have called for the DSA to start its own political party. Yeah, you should be running. If you're a Democrat, you should be running these people out of your party, man. Any moderate Democrat that has a rational thinking mind out there. You should be run these people the fuck out of your party with torches and pitchforks, bro. You don't want none of that. That's actually a perfect analogy because this, from what I'm reading on this DSA, it's like a Frankenstein of a bunch of really fucking bad ideas. Like America ending ideas here. I say this with no ill will or animosity. If you hate the Democratic Party, then please don't run for our nomination. Yeah, exactly. But they will, man. That's kind of how these crazy fucking people work. Like I said at the beginning of the show, fox in the henhouse, man. And the worst thing is, you dumbass hens let that fox in. You guys don't support fucking firebombing Tesla stations and shooting healthcare CEOs in the head. You guys support these people, dude. That Hassan guy, that video clip that I played. These are the people that you let into your sphere of influence, guys. You did this to yourself. And now we're all going to have to fucking pay the price for it, you fucking jackasses. Oh, goodness. And that was said by Jamie Harrison, a former Democratic National Committee chairman, and that he wrote on social media. He says, focus on building the party you actually support. DSA's vision includes a significant expansion of the House once the Senate is eliminated. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this sounds like some mob ruling communism. It seems kind of parliamentarian, like in the UK, but worse. Miss Brangen told members on a Tuesday conference call with the Senate that the Senate is more loyal to itself and their donors than their own constituents. I agree with you, Miss Brangen, but abolishing it is not the answer. No, I'm good on that. No. And I'd go as far to say that I don't even think a lot of liberals would be okay with that. That's crazy talk there. That's when the dialogue no longer can happen, and I'm like, that's when war were declared. Oh God. She argued that enlarging the House would move the country closer to what she described as a more representative democracy. I disagree. The Senate is an anarch. I don't know that word. Wow, guys, I found a word that I don't know. Anachronism? I don't know what that is. It looks like anarchism, but different. Anyway, whatever. And it's come on. Yep, guys, I ain't got no book learning. And it's completely idiosyncratic. God, this bitch uses a lot of big words. To the United States. Miss Brangan said, this has been around for over 200 years and it's not working. She said a house expansion would be a step toward a true democracy. I don't want a true democracy. Yeah, no, yeah, that's where you go off into the weeds there. Trust, guys. If anybody's thinking about this, that you do not want a true democracy. A true democracy always leads to mob rule. All you have to do is take a look at Roman history, dude. The inventors of the Republican congressmen and shit. And they're the inventors of the Senate. Yeah, no, you don't want mob rule, guys. You don't want none of this. Take a quick history lesson on democracy, true democracies that have not been so successful in the past. Well, yeah, guys, that's crazy, but we're out of time. I'd like to read the rest of that to you guys. I recommend you read the rest of the article. It's from the Washington Times, Democratic Socialists of America, new platform. Yeah, you should be able to just Google it. I found it with one Google search, so I recommend you guys read the whole thing. We're out of time, though. I gotta get to editing this video and uploading it for y'all, and then probably passing the fuck out. But I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you haven't not already, seriously, guys, the best way, if you like the show, if you want to support the channel, the best thing you can do is subscribe and, convince other people to subscribe. That wouldn't hurt either. Anyway, yeah, you can follow us on X and Facebook and all the other places at Wolfpack Media 92, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.